I'd like to welcome everybody to the monthly meeting of the Board of Commissioners. The purpose of transacting the general business of the township. For the record, today's date is August 12th, 2015. Everyone please stand and join the Board of Commissioners in a moment of silent reflection, honoring the servicemen and women who have placed themselves in harm's way in order to protect our safety. Everyone join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would entertain a motion dispensing of the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting as written and recorded in the official minute book of the township.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote. At this time, the board is open to comments or questions from the public. The board draws particular attention to those items listed on the agenda this evening. Please be advised that once the committee reports begin, the board can no longer accept questions from the floor. At the conclusion of the committee reports, public comment will once again be accepted. However, official action on the items listed on the agenda will have already taken place. Therefore, if you wish to comment on an agenda item, now will be at the appropriate time. Come on up. Please come up and state your name and address for the record.
Joan Parsons, can you hear me?
Yeah.
37 Hawkswell Circle in Orland. My questions would be for the expansion of the 50 Orland Mill Road for the buses that are located in this Springfield Manor development, which is still not completely finished yet. I just want to let the board know that coming out that street, making the left has really been difficult. The buses have been running through the summer, but I don't know what it's going to be like in September when you have, I guess it's 85 buses going through there, coming in and out all day. So I don't know if there's going to be anything discussed about how we're going to get out of the development, making that left, because the speed limit is, they're going fast. I mean, sometimes I have to actually floor it to get out. So I do want to impress upon you that it is difficult getting out of the development, and we're not even full with the homeowners yet. And I know and the other thing is, I know we're getting information that things are being postponed, like the Planning Commission, but I just want the board to know that we're doing our best to try and reach everybody in the township to come to these meetings, and every time it's delayed again, we have to now go out and try and alert everyone to the fact that don't come, it's been delayed or whatever. So I'm hoping that maybe what you guys and ladies could do is when it comes time to, when there's really going to be the meeting, if there's some way we can get everyone in the township to know, either by, I know maybe a flyer going out or some kind of letter so that everyone knows, because right now it's up in the air. We don't know whether anything's going to take place, and we want everyone to have the opportunity to speak their mind regarding the bus depot on Walnut Avenue and also the expansion. You can hear the buses starting on 50 Orland Mill Road. You can hear the beeping, the backing up beeping. I can hear it where I live at 37 Hawkswell with my windows open. So I guess expanding it to even greater amount of buses is going to, you know, besides the traffic, the noise is going to be pretty bad, 5:30 in the morning. So I'd just like to be on the record, to let you all know that, I would like to keep it status quo the way it is. We all knew that when we bought into the development, and, we just want to, hopefully not increase it to any more noise and traffic than it already will be when September starts. And they're full-fledged, with the buses. Well, that's about it.
Thank you. Well, first, with respect to your comments about being able to ingress and egress, I would suggest that we understand your comments, but also bring them to the attention of the Planning Commission, because that's what they're there for. Second, as of right now, my understanding from the other night is the August 18th meeting is still on with the Planning Commission for the 50 Orland Mill Road, which is the Giuliani property.
Okay.
The application for the tank car, I believe, is still that,
Application's still active, but they're not going to
they're not
discuss
going
it at
to,
the
they're not going to
18th.
be proceeding with that at that meeting. So only
Okay.
if the August 18th meeting goes on, it would only be on the 50 Orland Mill, which is the Giuliani property on your side.
Okay,
Okay, number one. Number two, we discussed the other night about notice, okay, with respect to cancellations of the meetings or whatnot. The applicant is the one who controls that.
okay,
The applicant decides not to go forward that night, they can do that up to the last minute of the meeting. I mean, hopefully they'd be a little more courteous than that. But we've tried over the last few weeks when the meeting was canceled last, not to, I guess preemptively say the meeting would be canceled when it may not be. I think that'd be worse. If we told everybody it's canceled and it turns out not to be. So you'll get the notice as soon as we can. We'll e-blast it, we'll put it on the website.
We did have an email glitch.
Yeah, I got-
We,
I
and
get
that, Jen, when you weren't here the other night, there was an email glitch as far as the email blast. We're gonna try and correct that.
Okay.
We'll try and get the information out between all the commissioners and staff as fast as possible. And at the last resort, we will put notices on the door, the meeting, if that so happens. So as of right now, the meeting for the 18th is still on. It could be canceled, depending on the applicant, so.
okay. And then the other thing for 50 Orland Mill Road, the lighting, I mean, it's still bright. I mean, I know it looks like there's a cap on it or whatever, but it's bad. When you drive in and, you know, it's dark, it hits you. I don't know why it had to be that high. I've been looking around at other industrial areas, and some of them are a little bit lower. I mean, these are like, it's way up.
Sure.
So,
And I think all of the board members understand that comment and that aspect of it.
okay, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Any other public comment? Hearing none, proceed with the committee reports. I'll begin with the zoning committee report. There will be a public hearing will be held on the following petition on Monday night, August 24th, 2015, 7 PM here in the Township Building. Chandler Signs LLP, regarding the signage at the Movie Tavern, 1844 Bethlehem Pike. The applicant proposes to increase the area of a main facial sign for the building from 40 feet to 110.3 feet, and the area of the two secondary facial signs on the building from 20 square feet to 67.7 square feet. In addition, 9 movie posters will be displayed in front of the theater. The application was heard, the petition was heard last month, and the zoning hearing board will be rendering a decision this month. That would be my report. The zoning report, I would now call upon the chairman of the Public Works and Safety Committees, the vice president of the board, Commissioner Glenn Schomp.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a few items this evening. First, I'd like to announce that the Board of Commissioners has scheduled a public meeting for September 9th, 2015, to receive public comment on the potential sale or concession lease of the Township sanitary sewer system. A presentation will be made outlining the efforts made to date to understand the pros and cons of such a transaction and what may be anticipated through the sale of the system. That's my announcement. Next, I move that the Board of Commissioners acknowledge the fact that the Flowertown Fire Company will be providing mutual aid to the Lake Harmony Fire Company located in Lake Harmony, Pennsylvania over the weekend of September the 18th to the 20th, 2015. Flowertown has made arrangements for adequate firefighting coverage while the crew and some apparatus are out of service. The purpose of acknowledging the mutual aid is to be assured that the Township provided vehicular liability and workers' compensation coverage will be provided to the fire company providing the mutual aid. So that's my motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
And I'd just like to announce that the chief of the Flowertown Fire Company, George Wilmot's in attendance this evening. Do you have anything to offer above and beyond that, George?
I do. Well spoken.
He is a man of many
Yeah,
words.
for you.
Next, I move the Board of Commissioners accept a regional mutual aid request for police and public works personnel and equipment related to the papal visit to Philadelphia and Lower Merion Township on September 26th and 27th, 2015. That's my motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you. And lastly, on June 25th, 2015, the Township received 5 bids to construct sidewalk improvements in the vicinity of 350 and 402 Hawes Lane. This is the area on the east side of Hawes Lane between Fraser Road and the Erdenheim Elementary School.
Last month, the township awarded the base bid to Plymar Construction Company of Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, for their low bid price of $214,485. Plymar Construction Company was also the low bid on the bid alternate, which we believe is required to be awarded at the same time. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners award the bid alternate to Plymar Construction Company for their low bid price of $45,620. The bids for the alternate ranged from a low of $45,620 to a high of $126,138.50. That's my motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? I have one question, Don, or Jim. With respect to if we award this bid alternate, will that help speed up the project? Was our concern that?
Yes, I think that's the purpose of it. I think Genesis and Harston Hall had hoped to be able to do it themselves, but they weren't moving as quickly as we had hoped, and the bids they got were very much in line with the bids we got, so they were receptive to a request from our office that we just do it all with one contractor, and they gave me that authority today.
And our estimated time for completion would be sometime around the start of school, but we're not.
Shortly thereafter.
Shortly thereafter is, I think, what we're hearing, yes.
Thank you.
I don't even think this would slow it down much, because the work at that end is.
Well, that's what I'm
It-
saying.
it ought to
because
speed it up.
Speed it up more than if they were doing the other.
Correct.
So all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Shum. I would now call upon the Chairman of the Internal Affairs Committee, Commissioner Robert Gillies.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have one item tonight. I move that the Board of Commissioners approve the July check reconciliation in the amount of $1,127,622.81 and the August bill listing in the amount of $842,094.76. That is my motion.
Thank you. There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Gillies. We'll now call upon the Chairman of the Community Development Committee, Commissioner Baird Standish.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two motions tonight related to Cheltenham Transportation's land development applications. First, I move that the Board of Commissioners accept a letter from Michael J. Savona, Esquire, Counsel for Cheltenham Transportation LLC, dated July 31st, 2015, extending the 90-day land development review period for the land development of Cheltenham Transportation, 50 Orland Mill Road in Orland. That is my motion.
Thank you. There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
Okay, and next I move that the Board of Commissioners accept a letter from Michael J. Savona, Esquire, Counsel for Cheltenham Transportation LLC, dated July 31st, 2015, extending the 90-day land development review period for the land development of Cheltenham Transportation, 1725 Walnut Avenue, Orland. That is my motion.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
Thank you. That concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Standish. I will now call upon the Chairman of the Cultural Resources Committee, Commissioner Jeffrey Harbison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item 9 on the agenda, the recycling report. During the month of July 2015, Springfield Township residents recycled 229.8 tons of materials with a household participation rate of 78.7%. The net cost for the month was $7,628.92. Item 10 on the agenda, Shade Tree Commission. I move that the Board of Commissioners appoint Edward Ted Bell of College Avenue, Flowertown, to fill an unexpired term of service as a member of the Springfield Township Shade Tree Commission. The unexpired term of service shall expire July 13th, 2016. And that is my motion.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
And then item 11 on the agenda, concerning the Black Horse Inn, on August 5th, 2015, the township opened bids for an elevator lift. to assist with the ADA requirements of the Black Horse Inn. The township received 2 bids, one from Delaware Elevator, Inc., for $62,800, and the other from Low Rise Elevator Company, Inc., for $68,550. In review of the 2 bid proposals, it was determined that the lower bidder, Delaware Elevator, took the following exceptions to the township specifications. 1, township specifications called for a single-phase 220-volt power supply. Delaware Elevator bid on a 3-phase electric power to operate the elevator. The additional cost to provide a 3-phase electric power is estimated at $10,000. 2, the township specifications required that the contractor remove all waste materials. Delaware Elevator specified that the township would provide a trash dumpster. 3, township specifications required a performance bond for 100% of the bid. Delaware Elevator added a cost of 1.5% to the total price to supply the performance bond. 4, township specifications called for a complete product. Delaware Elevator specified that the flooring would be provided by others, the township. And finally, 5, township specifications provide for a lump sum payment at completion and acceptance of the project. Delaware Elevator required 3 payments during the project. As a result, I move that the Board of Commissioners reject the bid proposal from Delaware Elevator, Inc. to supply and install an elevator lift for the Black Horse Inn for their price of $62,800. That is my motion.
Thank you. There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions?
We need to formally reject it, Jim, or do they just disqualify?
Well, you could make a motion that they be disqualified, but you still have to take the other bid.
I do have another
Right.
motion.
Yes.
There's a second.
There's- okay, thank you. That's
All
all.
those in, you good?
Mhm.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
And then fittingly, I move that the Board of Commissioners award a contract to Low Rise Elevator Company, Inc. of Lima, PA for their bid price of $68,550. That is my motion.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in
Yeah,
favor?
I would like to just, real quick, typically, I'm not a Black Horse Inn supporter, but in terms of spending money on it, but here, this allows us to completely rent out the second space. We have tenants available, and the cost would be recouped in 4 years, and might leave us to other options with the Black Horse Inn with a fully rented facility. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please record a unanimous vote.
That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Commissioner Harbison. I will now call upon the Chairman of the Library Committee, Commissioner Peter Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. I will now call upon the Chairwoman of the Human Resource Committee, Commissioner Amy Salmon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have one announcement tonight. The Springfield Township Community Day Festival and 5K Run 1 Mile Walk will be held on Sunday, October 11th, 2015. The day will begin with the 5K Run and 1 Mile Walk at 9 a.m., beginning at Cisco Park, then winding through the Erdenheim neighborhood and finishing up at Cisco Park. The Township Community Day will commence immediately following the race at approximately 10 a.m. and will run through 1 p.m. As in the past, the Community Day will include free food, activities, and entertainment for all ages. Registration for the 5K Run is available through a link on the Springfield Township website or directly at www.erdenheimcivic.org/5K. Businesses and organizations interested in participating in the Community Day event or being a sponsor of the event can also receive registration information at the Township website, www.springfieldmonco.org. That is the end of my announcement.
Thank you, Commissioner Salmon. The committee reports are now complete. The board is now open to further public comment. If anyone has any public comment, please approach the board and give us your name and address. No, hearing none, I would make is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?